I'm Evangelist Ndukwe. I am the founder of a Women Resource Center at Lento Estate, Ndukwe, Abuja, Nigeria. And the center is a place established by God for the purpose of building women leaders with integrity and global standards. You know what I mean by global standards, not just the standard of Nigeria, but wherever they go, these women will stand out as women of integrity and high leadership skills. Basically, the center has three segments of operation. First of all, we have Bear Your Heart Forum, where we invite women to come and share their vision, their passion, and their area of interest. And then they tell us their challenges and how we can come in to help them to build themselves to be the best they can be. And that's what that Bear Your Heart Forum does. And the other segment is the segment of training girls in Super Skills Development Institute in entrepreneurial skills and moral skills and leadership skills. So we find out that these girls, when we train them, they come out, we lead them into the society where they now go and stand their own and be the best they can be. And we have a vision that eventually they're going to become leaders in their generation. And then the third segment is where we counsel women, take care of their issues, marital issues, family issues, business issues, and then we sort their problems out for them. And where they need legal assistance, of course, we come in there. And interestingly, all these services we are rendering at the Women's Research Center, they are all free of charge. These are services that are supposed to be given by government, but because it's not there for us, the Lord said there are some people, there are some women who really need to be assisted. If we leave them on their own, there's no help from government, there's no help from family, no help from friends. Some of them came, their problem is that they cannot read or write, so we have adult education center where they come and learn how to read and write. And there are some of them who have passion for making money, business skills. They don't have the facility, they don't have the money, so we help them to raise funds, give them loans because we want them to be disciplined. Some of these grants they give to women, they misuse it, but if they know that they have to pay back somehow, they become more disciplined and serious, and they become good entrepreneurs in their businesses. So that's what we do for the women. And then of course the young girls, they come out very raw. We teach them how to become cultured girls with a purpose in life. And some of them that already came in here into the center with so much discouragement because of what is going on in their environment. Some of them are thinking of running away from the country. By the time we finish with them the 70-day skill acquisition program, we find out that they have changed their perception, they have changed their outlook to life, and they have a purpose in life, and they are all geared up to achieve their purpose. It's very interesting what God is doing. Keep the girls here. We have hostels, and we feed them. We bring in teachers from all over. Some people teach them from overseas via Zoom or Skype. So it's a whole lot of interesting activities that's going on in the center here. So that's all about it in a nutshell. Yes, the origin of Women Resource Center. I would say that the Women Resource Center started from an NGO we're running for over 15 years now. It's called Celebration of Women in Christ. It's a Christian women organization with the mandate to gather information from women who have been oppressed, suppressed, or grievously violated. So we are gathering information for over 15 years. How did we do this? We generally have a relaxed setting in a hotel, and we invite, maybe haven't heard information about the person, and the woman will come and we give her an atmosphere of like a dinner party, and she interact with women and she share some of the things, the challenges that she went through. Gender violence, domestic violence, even office violence, all sorts of oppression, marginalization, harassment. So we gathered information from different women, and while we were having this fact-finding setting, a lot of women were actually sort of encouraged. So women shared how in their homes the in-laws would oppress them. Some people would say they are widows, and then when the husband died, the family came and took over everything. And of course, there are some that their marriages were still subsisting, but the circumstance was such that they were highly oppressed and they were highly violated. There are some deep things that women were going through, which we gathered from the celebration of Women in Christ outreach. So over the years, we now decided that yes, indeed, there's need for intervention. Women are really going through some things that are unheard of, things that you cannot even describe. So we now decided that as a group, we are going to find a way of sorting out some of these issues. And we came up with the idea that maybe we could generate a bill to present to the National Assembly and see if there's a way we can change some laws so that these laws will not just provide laws to help women, but the enforcement aspect should be strengthened. So because we realize that some of the people that we want to complain to about the violation and all that, they are actually the people that are involved in the act itself. Some police people, some people in the National Assembly itself. So we thought we should find a way, devise a means of getting enforcement to be reinforced. So we started drafting a bill. Being a lawyer, it was easy for me. I got my colleagues to draft this bill. And the bill we came up with was such that if a woman was being oppressed in her home, then of course the family members, the in-laws, will all go in for it. They will all become culprits. Another aspect that is interesting, that we wanted that neighbors should be able to go and report, because as it is now, if you go to report gender violence and you are a neighbor, they say you don't have the locus standing to go and complain, and they'll ask you to get off the case because you are an outsider and it's a family issue. Things like that. So we now got our beautiful bill and started presenting to institutions that would want to help us. We would think they would have the capacity to help us. We went to National Assembly to talk to some of the members of the House, and we went to Human Rights Commission. We also went to the Women Affairs Ministry and all that. Each time we would talk, they would say, this thing is too skewed towards Christian rules. Like we had issue of criminalizing bigamy. Say, what about polygamous homes and religions that allow polygamy? So they said that we should just make it a church issue. We shouldn't. So when we found out that we had gotten to a level where we were not making any headway, we got together and prayed about it, and we said, why don't we empower the women so that they will be able to help themselves, not looking for help elsewhere? And if the women are empowered, they know their rights, they have the facility, they have the capacity to be able to sustain themselves. Some of the women, they are inside violence because they felt they had no option. They could not help themselves. So if they are empowered, they are economically empowered, and they are financially okay, and they are educated, that's another one, well educated, then they will finally reduce the number of cases in that perspective. So that's what we now decided to do, a center where we will now train the women, get them built up educationally, help them, empower them with their businesses. And that's how the Women Resource Center came about. It is from that fact-finding outreach that we had with the women, Christian women outreach, that we now decided that indeed we cannot get people to do this for us. It is the women themselves. But the women who feel that they are handicapped, they cannot help themselves, we need to empower them. So that's how come we came into Women Resource Center.